David got out of that situation. David took a bath, put him on some fresh rags, began to worship, and got him some food. Don't you know that the journey that you're getting ready to head on, baby, you got to eat because you got to build up your strength because God's getting ready to do something in your life. I don't care what the enemy said. I don't care if they're still calling you what you used to be. They're calling you outside of what God intended for you to be. Yes, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I am astonished at how one little thing that we do in our lives can cause us to be judged by people for the rest of our lives. That one moment in my life when my mind was not thinking real good, the blood didn't touch my mind and my brain wasn't functioning right, and I did something that was stupid that people would start calling me certain names that God did not create me to be. Is there anybody in this house that's being called something that God never intended for you to be? You got up and you began to drink and you got drunk and you slept with somebody that you should have never slept with. You told a lie that you should have never told. You went to some places you shouldn't have gone. You robbed some folks that you shouldn't have robbed. You done some things that you should not have done. Yo, I can't get no help in here. I can't get no help in here. So David had to get up out of this situation. His situation wouldn't change until that thing died. Yeah. You got to let that thing die. Every time God tried to kill that thing, you keep bringing it back up. You don't have no business in the graveyard, do you?
Come on,
digging up stuff that God has
Lord, have
given
mercy,
you for.
Jesus. Come on, Pastor.
Every time you do that, you put Jesus back on the cross. All of the suffering and the pain and everything that he went through, you put him right back on the cross. It's for nothing. Don't let the death of Jesus Christ and the resurrection, don't you let that be in vain. There's some things going on in your life. Folks been watching your life. They understand that you've done something wrong. But until you get up out of your situation and make a change, it's just some dead works falling down behind you. Because all they see is defeating you. All they see is that the enemy is destroying you. But you got to get up out of your situation and begin to glorify God. Come on and read. They couldn't understand that. What thing have you done, though? What have you done? What are you doing, David? As long as that thing was living, you begin to fast and you begin to pray. And you did all those things because that thing was living. Go ahead and read.
Y'all didn't fast and weep for the child while it was alive. But when the child was dead, y'all didn't rise and eat bread.
I can't understand how they didn't understand. As long as something is living, it might be a possibility that that thing may come back. But when something dies, it ain't coming back. Why would I worry about something that's dead? Now I want to talk to the women a little bit. See, men, you got to look at David right here. When David was tired of that thing was over. What did David do? David arose up out of his situation. David went on about his business, took him a bath, got him some food, and began to give God to pray. But it's a funny thing about women. Women, glory be to God, I don't care. They sit around 2 months after the relationship is over, still waiting for them to come back. The man can marry somebody else, have 3 other kids, and you still sitting around at the altar crying, waiting for them to come back. I don't understand women. When men are through, I tell you what, we might cry for a couple of days, but we're going to get us another 100 to take your place. Y'all looking at me real funny. But women, y'all just funny. Y'all cry all night, cry all day, run down behind the man, run the man phone bill up, move all next door to the man. Oh, have mercy. But men just feeling good. Women, hold on to it. Y'all got great relationships in y'all head. Y'all look at me real funny. I done had girls come up to me and in my older days, and we try to have a conversation with them. They act like we had a great relationship. I didn't even know nothing about it. Y'all look at me funny. They talking all that stuff. I'm looking at my wife like, I don't remember nothing of that. I don't understand it. How I'm telling you right now, somebody right now is still holding on to a relationship that's been dead a long time. He's a deadbeat dad. He won't work in a pie shop putting holes in the donut. And we still crying. If you steal some milk, wipe the milk up and move the oatmeal. Y'all looking at me real funny. So we create all these great relationships in our head, and we will not let it die. God is trying to do something good in the lives of the women and the men in this church, and God want to really do something. We keep right on bringing back dead stuff. You know, women can fall in love with a fragrance. If he had that cologne, you don't even have to see him. All he had to do was somebody walk by in the department store, and all of a sudden, you know, went back to when y'all had sex 5 years ago. I don't understand that kind of stuff. Because when you're done, you're done. Women, man, I mean, y'all fall in love with the idea of being in love. Fall in love with cologne. Fall in love with a moment. Sometimes my wife buy me some cologne, she smells stuff. I don't understand it. Come on, give God some praise. Come on, read. Yes. David didn't know. He said, look, as long as this thing is living, it might be a possibility that he can fix it. That's how we are.
Yeah.
We sitting there trying to help God fix something that is already dead.
That's right, Pastor.
He had already told him, Nathan had already told him that there was going to be some consequences for what he had done. There's some consequences for some of the stuff that you've done. Stop holding on to it. Let that stuff die. Touch your neighbor and say, let it die. I don't care if you sold drugs to an undercover cop and you pulled 2 years in penitentiary, baby. Somebody say, penitentiary gotta die. I don't care if you lied, glory be to God, and said that the baby wasn't yours and the baby 20 now, and for 20 years you didn't identify him. Guess what? You gotta let it die. I ain't gonna get no help. I ain't gonna get no help. You gotta let it die. I don't care if he raped you. Y'all looking at me really
Come on,
funny.
Pastor.
I don't care if you weren't old enough to know the difference. As long as you stay a rape victim, you'll never be set free.